So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Prescott now on 2nd down. A dump off to Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Play fake. Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yard.
Throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And that is incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the 1st down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the 1st down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Second down, Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And he's gotten him a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. There he goes inside the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Cousins now on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
I know old school coaches used to just cringe when their quarterbacks weren't in the pocket throwing the ball. Whenever they were outside of it, you could just see them losing their mind on the sidelines. Nowadays, a lot of them like that. Defenses often get confused when the quarterback escapes. Coverages go haywire. But in this case, he didn't take advantage of it by getting set and making a nice throw.
Yeah, and with that pressure coming, maybe he should have just gotten rid of it. They'll run for it with Cook. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Lucky 50. Let's 50.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and it's 3rd down. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to third. It's Cousins. Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Laquan Treadwell in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A give to Elliott. Spinning away. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because We often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Prescott from the gun on third. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys will set up. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Vikings 1st down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. Cousins now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Randy Gregory able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Off the play fake, Cousins rolling to his left. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
And rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 79 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Right. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Room to run past midfield. That's complete to Robinson. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. On play action, Cousins rolling to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a third. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Drops it underneath to Elliott. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Prescott from the gun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here go 46.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On third down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They start the drive with Cook. Able to avoid him. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. To throw, Cousins. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Robinson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Rhino! Yellow!
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Now Cousins. He's going to let this one. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pick up there, 26 yards. A first down carry for Smith. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, 3rd down here. A little too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion that made it very difficult.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Throwing here, Cousins steps away. Left side caught by Diggs. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins to throw. Dancing to his left. Finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.